the things that we've learned about the Orcish tribes.
I love the world building.
He was, born to like an orc father, human mother sort of situation.
Oh, so he's a first generation half orc.
Yes. And but he lived for most of his life in sort of the orc tribes, like on the outskirts of civilization. And he lived with his father and kind of grew up there. And now he has decided he wants to try to spend some time on his mother's side of the family and sort of come into society and give that a try as well, to experience both parts of his heritage.
That sounds like a sad one. I remember when I lost my yellow slick toad as a boy, I cried for at least 10 to 15 minutes.
So relatable.
It's the most I've ever cried about anything.
Yeah.
I can't read.
You ever been to wild train country?
No.
There are wild trains.
There are wild trains. And when you're in train country, last thing on your mind is taming one of those trains. First thing on your mind is getting out of the way.
Lots of wild trains up north.
Lots of
where
wild
York's
trains.
from.
Yeah, and I ate the food in there, but that only filled one of my stomachs.
Do you need another Yorkie snack?
I lived in nature for the first 18 years of my life.
Do you know how to write? Do you know what writing is?
How do turtle bones rank in the money economy?
Right.
A turtle
bone
bone.
economy.
A turtle bone's worth 5 rat bones,
Okay.
Interesting.
and a rat bone is worth 5 bug bones. But those are hard to come by. Well, there's a lot of people in the northern tribes that have this hairstyle. I did popularize it. Let me try what my dad used to do to me to make me feel better.
I think I might be okay
York just
if
grabs
you.
him and starts shaking him violently in the air. Please make more music because we're running real short up there
You got it.
in the orc tribes.
I'll
You should
send
give
you.
York an autograph.
Oh yeah, I can do that. You got your notebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll sign it.
What
If
do
you
I
want.
Why would I want your signature?
I mean, I don't know. It's something that people like.
For what?
I don't know.
Are they trying to
It's-
forge it?
I
wouldn't
don't
trust
get it.
that.
Okay.
I've got a case I keep my bones in.
Trains have you slain?
You don't slay a wild train. Are you out of your mind? The speed at which those things move.
The one thing York fears is trains.
I'm a prince. Did I mention that? I'm an orc prince.
Wow.
Have you mentioned
That's
that?
cool.
I don't know if I've mentioned that or not, but I did have to murder
It
my
wasn't
brother
in the
about it.
recap, so I don't remember.
York doesn't he doesn't read human emotion. What's a joke? Is that a cooking thing?
We're strongly anti-tobacco in the orc tribes.
Wow. I never knew that.
Yeah, we just eat mushrooms.
I've found in the northern tribes, most animals are pre-made if you have sharp enough teeth.
I'm sure they are.
In orc culture, you're polite to someone who can kill you. So people should usually be polite to me. Is that different?
York.
Wouldn't that make them worth more?
No, they were worth so little. They were more
Like
work
pennies.
to get.
They're like pennies.
Okay.
What's a penny?
I understand now.
Like
Don't
hay,
worry
like
about
hay
it.
pennies, like half pennies. There used to be like half pennies.
Well, a half a bug bone would hardly even be visible. That's an insane thing to say.
What bugs have bones?
Northern bugs.
Okay, I've only been in the south, so I
Yeah, you gotta go north.
gotta go north.
Some bony bugs up there.
Okay.
You look at me, you know.
No.
I'm the kind of guy who does both. When he pees and poos, it's both good.
How do you wipe?
What? How do I do what?
Nothing.
You're just in one of them old timey cauldrons, like you're just being cooked.
That is our preferred method of
Like
cooking
one of
in the
them-
northern tribes.
I
In the
have to
orc
say-
tribes, when people are rude, there's usually a lot of blood involved.
Yeah.
Wow. But you were like rude to me earlier.
He's
Everywhere.
got a point.
That's a compliment. I
That is
don't
true.
suck, and I am still alive and have been for quite some time and will continue to be, presumably forever. I've trained warhounds, and it's a similar situation.
It's a similar
except
situation.
when
Yeah.
their spirit gets out, they tear out your entrails.
One time it was hot outside and I went to go fan myself with my hand, accidentally killed a rhino.
That's impossible.
Tell that to the rhino.
Murder, not common at human parties.
Very much not so.
In the northern tribes, we do cry over spilled milk.
Wildlands.
What do you know about the wildlands? Have you been speaking to someone from the wildlands? Tell me right now. Have they found me? No. Okay, good. Still in the clear. Got some bad blood with the wildlands.
Huh.
Well, I've watched some of those orcish soap operas. It's the only channel we get up in the tribes. You only get one channel. A lot of soap operas and sort of the double identity thing's a common. That's usually what it ends up being. I don't know anything either, but I'm basically unkillable. Well, once my second stomach is full, I'll be done eating
Okay.
for the next 2 days.
Is that why you poop so much?
It is. That's why the volume of poop is very high. I poop.
I understand now.
So I see you've started off with a lemon here.
That's the only fruit we get up in the Orcish tribes.
You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you.
Can I have a treat?
What kind?
Can I have a Yorkie snack?
Give him
Yes.
a Yorkie snack.
Yes, you
Give me
may
a
have a
Yorkie
Yorkie
snack.
snack.
What are Yorkie snacks?
Thank
What
you.
was that? I didn't see it.
I didn't see you put anything in your mouth. You just went on.
Last time I checked, they weren't called grandma snacks. They weren't called Rosie
Damn.
snacks.
York and I had a little bit of a heart-to-heart in between the outdoors debacle.
When? We were all together.
Candle bones worth 5 turtle bones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know an orc can't refuse an invitation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's part of orc
You're
culture.
not invited. You've been disinvited.
But I'm a half orc, so I can't half refuse. I'd rather
Is
not.
that how that works?
He can give a tentative maybe and then just not show up.
I'm learning
might.
so. Yeah, it's.
Well, that's what I do.
I might pee is compliment, blood is insult.
So do you pee on people?
Well, I mean, only the ones you really like.
Okay.
That's how you know this one was a mistake.
I want you to stop for a
Takes
moment.
5 pickles to hold a potato. That's what I was always taught.
You're the lead singer of Birds of Prey?
You know it.
Oh my god.
Yep.
It all makes sense now.
Yep.
That's the only band we get up in the Orcish tribes. A drawing of a train is not going to scare me.
What if it's
not
like-
real.
What if it looks real?
I've been assured that drawings are not real. I don't know about an old-timey cartoon, but we do a lot of cauldron cooking
In the north.
in the north.
They had
Yeah.
mentioned the local, wild train problem.
I remember that. I had to miss that show because I had to murder my brother.
Oh, how'd that go?
Sort of one of those throne,
Yeah.
unrightful claim
Mm-hmm.
sort of situations.
How'd it go? Did you
well,
win?
I'm standing here, so I think you can imagine that
Lord,
I
that's
did not
scary.
get murdered. Which part about it? That I almost lost the throne?
That you murdered your brother?
Can someone read that?
York, do you also not know how to read?
Well, I can read the orc runes.
Oh.
But this is-
that,
This is written in some sort of
You're right.
scrawl. Nothing is more terrifying than trains.
Okay.
What's happening? What's this?
Are you
Am I bleeding?
crying?
That's
I
the
hurt?
power of Buzz's food, my friend.
Let me cash out. I'm not even
Yeah,
gonna
it's like
try.
this is above my pay grade.
It
Even
goes-
up in the Orcish tribes, you know you don't bet against a weaver.
You don't bet against a weaver. It goes weavers, then leather workers, and then blacksmiths. We're like third.
I bet
at
orc
be- at
weavers
betting.
are like the toughest people to outbet. What is the weakness of a wild train?
You got to get over in the engine compartment while they're sleeping.
I can recommend some other bands for you if you want.
There are other bands?
There are other bands, my dude.
You've probably heard of them,
I've not heard of them.
but that's not me. you
Are they
know?
the Skull Crushers? I know the Skull Crushers.
No, but they probably made weapons for the Skull Crushers. They
The Skull Crushers make weapons out of the skulls of their enemies.
They probably haven't made weapons for the Skull Crushers then.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. I can't read.
I wish I had talented friends.
I'm talented at some things.
Not.
And
Is
the
tobacco
fact
grass?
tobacco is Orcish grass.
Whoa.
The cows eat it. That's how you know it's bad for you to eat.
Are you going number 1 or number 2? Because I do have baggies.
I always do both at once.
What?
I'll give you.
I can tell you right now, it is possible to kill your dad. I've seen it a lot in the orc tribes.
In the orc tribes, they do it all the time
Yeah.
up there, right?
It's
Have you
pretty
ever done a
common.
murder?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, not so much a murder as much as a victory.
It's
We
That's
call
one
it
way of putting
victories.
it.
in the orc tribes of the north.
It means I won.
Yeah.
Wow.
What are you guys
Ever
talking
had.
about over
Rose,
there?
I'm super good at both poo and pee, and I would never make a mess. That's stupid.
Most dangerous thing in orcish land is wild trains.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They only get soap operas.
they only
Orcish
get
soap
Yeah.
operas.
orcish soap operas, and the only band they know about is Birds of Prey.
Yeah, one band.
Which isn't an orcish band.
No.
They can't refuse an invitation.
I forgot about that one.
Blood
How do you remember that one?
blood equal insult, pee equal compliment.
So you pee on people that you like.
Yeah. On or near.
And also no indoor plumbing.
No.
Yeah, you don't know what bathrooms are, but you do understand the discourse of privilege.
That's a very
That's a
contentious-
universal truth. Yeah.
And that's great. I'm just saying, you don't know what bathrooms are.
It's a big subject in orcish culture right now, sort of orcs that come from the high tribes versus the low tribes and sort of what comes with that.
You do know what basketball is.
Yeah, basketball.
Yeah, you always knew what basketball was, but you don't know how cameras work.
Don't know how cameras work.
Yeah, and you might not know what you look like,
Although you can draw
You
yourself.
have drawn yourself. Yeah.
but you couldn't recognize yourself in a photo.
No.
York has lived such a full life before coming here to become a detective.
What's a case?
Oh, Lord.
I've heard elves are very forgiving, unlike orcs.
It's like one of them vampire orcs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a vampire orc. You gotta
Looks
watch out
at
for
York.
those. Well, in my experience in the northern tribe, did I mention I'm come from the northern
Yeah, with the
Yes.
bone bugs.
the northern tribes?
Yes.
In my experience with the northern tribes, the things that are often the most delicious are the things that are the hardest to kill.
Okay.
So you're drawing the most dangerous game.
So I'm drawing the most dangerous thing I can think of personally
It's you.
That's
to
you.
kill.
It's you. You're drawing yourself.
You watch Tusks of Our Lives?
Yeah, and One Fight to Live. I love it.
That one's good. It's kind of fallen off this season, though.
Yeah,
Season
I mean,
37's not quite as strong as season 36 was, but you know.
yeah, I mean, you got to cut them some slack. They changed up the writers for the season. They got to feel it out a little bit.
Could you believe what happened to Gory Rory this season?
I can't. Oh my God, what a twist! You know what I
It
mean?
was a real big
Spoilers!
twist. Oh, sorry. No human or orc or elf, no humanoid can be built like a train. It's preposterous to even say. Well,
Just being a dumbass.
here's the thing. Here's the
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
We don't have, you said cameras?
Yeah.
We don't have those.
I love how this conversation is going in and out of character as well.
Yeah.
And
I'm
we
so glad I don't have to animate this.
and we don't have mirrors. So all the sort of images of myself I've seen have been drawn depictions. A lot of
Okay.
people draw me because they're fans.
Oh, they drew you really well then. They did some really good fan art of you.
Thank you.
How many fans do you have, York?
I mean, a lot of fans. I'm sort of,
Are you famous in the North?
Damn,
Well,
you
as I
famous?
mentioned, I killed my brother in a blood feud, became an orcish prince. Remember that?
Wow.
Oh yeah, you are an orcish prince.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's York has never lost an eye in a knife fight.
That's true, and I've been in a lot of knife fights. Have you? Okay, let me show you a diagram of a lung that I keep with me.
If you round it up, it's like 50%.
That's 33.3 repeating percent.
I wouldn't know. Why do you know?
I went to school.
York can't read, but is pretty good
Great
at
at
math.
division.
Yeah. Well, because division is just like cutting stuff up, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it's important to know how many parts you can bisect a man into.
Yeah, that's like the main. That's Orc's favorite math is division.
Because if I just want to threaten someone, I'll say something like, you better shape up or else I'm taking an eighth. And that's an eighth of their body.
Yeah,
And they don't know which eighth it's going
they
to be.
don't know which eighth it's
but
gonna
I do.
be. Yeah,
I know which eighth.
enough room to run. And
I
play.
mentioned they're both 8 feet long and 8 feet tall.
Yeah,
They're like cubes.
Cubic.
they're like big cubes.
They're like big cubes.
I've walked a cubic dog.
All right. Well, you know what, Grandma? I choose to believe in you. I think you can do it if you
All
put
right.
your
Well,
mind to it.
if we survive this,
Well, no, like I said, no spirits up there. We when people die up there, they die hard. No unfinished business. I'll tell you that. We finish our business before we go. People have tried to use gates to stop me. That's
Sorry.
insane to even insinuate.
I was just asking. I'm fascinated, but I don't know anything about the northern tribes. I learned so much from you, York.
The cats we keep as battle pets.
Okay.
There are battle cats.
Oh, battle cats.
Yeah. And they can be pretty cute too.
Yeah.
Admittedly.
How big are they?
They're about 8 feet long
That's fun.
and
Do
8
you,
feet tall.
Do you ever need like someone to walk the battle cats?
I think they might be a little outside of your sort of pay grade.
Well, I mean,
If they see a northern hill squirrel, they're off and running. Well,
Not yet met a bar I could not get out of.
York's arms are really strong. They're like
And
a jail.
York's arms are really strong.
And I'm pretty stubborn.
Put you in
They're
the arm
nature's
jail.
prison.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever escaped my grasp. I didn't let go.
Well, I'm pretty
Listen,
stubborn, so.
I once held on to
Okay.
an antelope for 2 weeks.
I've never seen anything like this before. Is it just like a picture showing?
York, do you know what a camera is?
It's like the same.
No.
It's similar technology that they use to shoot the
Shoot bows?
the soap
No.
operas.
Oh, the soap operas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how like the people in the soap operas are on a screen.
The little ones that are in the box.
They're
They're not
inside
really in the box.
Right.
They're not. Well, then how do I see them? Rose, that doesn't make any sense. They got to be in the box.
I open my phone and take a picture of York and hold it up to him.
Who's that? Why would you have a room for going whiz in? This isn't gonna get stinky.
This is actually the appropriate train fighting form.
Oh, yeah?
You want to assume this stance, intimidate the
Tickle
train.
stance. Yeah.
Trains are scared of tickling?
Well, then they think you're going to tickle it, and the train's
Yeah.
like, that's not going to do anything. You lure them into a false sense of security.
You're sort of going for the door to the engine car, as we've established.
Ah,
That's
yes.
this is a door grabbing.
Sneaking up on
Form.
it like a coward, yes.
Northern cats are pretty terrifying.
That's one of them fuzzy potatoes. I've heard
Yeah.
about those.
This potato's been sitting in the pantry.
They only grow in the northern tribes.
They're hard to perceive.
You think you know where the edge of the potato is, but then the fuzz keeps going.
That's why you have to grab it with your whole hand.
That's why you have to
Or
grab it with
5
your whole
pickles.
your
Yeah,
whole
you got to
5
put
pickles.
on your pickle glove before you touch an orcish fuzzy potato, or else you're going to regret it.
It's gonna get real weird if you don't.
Yeah,
You
fields are
can't-
dangerous.
You can't be...
It's where the trains are.
There are no trains where I am.
And you call it dangerous? I empty both stomachs at once.
No.
Orcs are only a baby for a couple hours,
Oh,
so it's a very limited time. So if someone wanted to take me out, that would have been the time to do it.
Yeah, it's too late now.
they missed their window.
They missed the window. That window's closed.
We're on episode 10.
I almost said this episode can drink now, but that's not the age when you can do
In
that.
what
At
country?
10.
In the northern tribes.
In the northern
Northern
tribes.
tribes, that's the
Yeah.
drinking age.
Yeah.
It's all pretty standard stuff. I filled one stomach in the pantry, and I got to fill my other stomach in the dining room. So that's where I want to go.
All right.
How old are you?
It's not something we need to talk about.
Ripe old age of 17.
Do a quick zoom in on York's brain. He doesn't know how old he is.
They
Is
measure
York
time
baby?
time differently up
They
in the
don't
northern
measure it.
tribes. Yeah.
York could count to 2 and just keeps repeating.
Humans are kind of like pets to me.
Oh, Lord.
Very small and cute.
I'll tell you, there's no ghosts in the northern tribes because when we kill something, it stays dead.
You sneak up on wild trains to kill them.
If that's the only way you can kill a wild train, I'd love to see you go head to head with one. See how that turns out for you. Dragon Fang.
Samantha Dragonfang. Oh, Sam Ugg.
Yeah.
How'd we get Dragon Fang?
Well, she's like she was based on a dragon when Julia drew her.
Who's Julia?
Don't worry about it. It's orcish knowledge, orcish elder knowledge.
I wonder how much of that is like orcish culture and how much of that is just 100% York.
Yeah, it's
Just
hard to
being-
tell.